Legendary hero.
His exact birth date was not recorded. However, his date of birth was estimated to be around March 3rd, 1888. Francis was brought up on an Indian reserve just north of Perry Island called the Pegahmagabow First Nation. He was born into an era where First Nation people such as himself were treated as minors and not recognized as Canadian citizens. They were prohibited to vote, and during times of war, their efforts toward Canada's army forces were thought to be futile. But despite all this, Francis Pegahmagabow joined the army. He believed that if he got recruited into the armed forces, he would be treated equally among the white soldiers since they shared the same responsibilities as them. At an interview with the Toronto Evening Telegram, he was quoted saying the following:
"I went to war voluntarily, just as quick as the white man."
By February 1915, Francis was deployed in Europe. By early April 1915, Francis witnessed illegal use of chlorine gas by the Germans. It was during this battle that he began to establish a reputation as a sniper and scout. Later, his battalion took part in the Battle of the Somme, and it was during this battle that he was wounded in the left leg. He was hospitalized for a couple months before he could return to any type of battle.
He returned to Belgium after he recovered from his injuries, and he served as a messenger, which earned him a military medal.
For courage under fire in getting important messages through to the rear.
Later, he joined the Second Battle of Passchendaele. He played an important role as he was instrumental in guiding them to where they needed to go and ensuring that they reached their allocated spot in the line. For this, he earned a bar to his military medal. During the Battle of Scarpe, Pegahmagabow was involved in fighting off a German attack. His company was almost out of ammunition and in danger of being surrounded. To prevent this from happening, he ran into the no man's land and amazingly picked up 16 machine guns, 2 anti-tank guns, and 2 mortars, and came back alive. And for his actions in the Battle of Scarpe, he earned himself the second bar to his medal. Only 38 other Canadian men received this honor. After the war, he went back to Perry Island Band. Following his father's and grandfather's footsteps, he was elected chief, and there he worked for the betterment of Aboriginal people's living conditions and for more freedom for the Aboriginals. In 1943, he became the Supreme Chief of the Native Independent Government, an early First Nations organization.
Though the First Nations recruited in the army were respected while they served overseas, their war efforts were forgotten as soon as they returned to Canada. Francis Pegahmagabow became known as a forgotten hero. Though he was the greatest soldier of the time, due to his ethnicity, he was not rewarded honors such as the Victoria Cross. Many people disbelieved his kills because he didn't use an observer while sniping. Therefore, they argued that he did not have solid proof for earning the Victoria Cross. However, many others believed that it was because the white Canadians at the time did not want to praise and reward First Nations. For his efforts to make First Nation people significant to society, Francis Pegahmagabow became known as an Aboriginal icon.
Francis Pegahmagabow, legendary hero.